Today I'm going to get started on my 1987 GL1200 Goldwing. As you can see over there, I've got an 1800 Goldwing as well. In case you're new to my channel, I'll just do a quick walk around before I get started on it. In case you forgot it or it's the first time you're seeing it, it's an Interstate. Pretty decent shape. You can watch my introduction video on this if you want to learn more about it. But what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to take some stuff off. I'm going to take the seat off, and maybe I think they call this a top shelf or faux tank or whatever you want to call it, this part here, and try to get down to the radiator cap and stuff. And I may remove some stuff to get down to the timing belts so I can check those. But for sure, the first thing I'm going to do once I remove some things is I'm going to check the timing, or check the compression, and make sure that the compression is good on the engine. So let's go ahead and get started taking some stuff off on it. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this cover off of this side box, get it out of the way. Then we need to remove this driver backrest. There's a bolt on each side. That is a little bit rusty. It wasn't too bad. It's just clamped on there. And then there's one bolt right here. For the seat, we'll take that off. Wow, it's got a spring on it. I'm just going to set this one down inside of here. Okay, now we need to go to the other side. And we'll take this cover off. Ooh, that hasn't been off in a while. Oh, that's got a lock nut on it. Okay, let's get this bolt on the seat. Okay, now this should just lift off. Slide it forward and lift it off out of the way. And now the seat should just lift off. I should have looked to see how many bolts that held on with, because it'd be a lot easier to get this seat off. I would have taken that off. I found that out on the GL1800. One of my viewers told me about that, and it sure made it easier getting the seat off, so I'll have to look into that. Now we'll go ahead and pop this off. Looks like all the pins are still on it, which is awesome. Okay, now we'll pop this off. This is the only thing that I looked at the other day, is I took this off and I took these screws out because I wanted to see what was underneath of it. So I have to take this out. So I'm going to remove it, and boy, there's a bunch of wires in there, I guess related to that CB. And then this has to pop out. I think it pops in down here at the bottom. There we go. Just had to get rough with it. I guess it's been a while since that's been out. So we'll put that to the side, and then we have to take these bolts out here. I'm not real sure if this has to be turned or not, but I think that it does, because I think this is mounted to this, and I don't think that comes up with it. And I found this tray in the box in there, and I put it in there. So I'm going to pull that out. So then I'll just kind of leave that hanging. Or maybe I could shut it. I don't know if it will or not. Yeah, I'll leave it like that. Okay, then we'll go ahead and take these two 10mm bolts out. And I'll take this one out. And I'll get this one down here, 10mm. Had a guy say something to me one day about using the impact on any of these plastic pieces that they could break, and that's true. Just have to be careful with it. You can see that's a pretty long bolt. I try not to bore you with long winded taking bolts out, so sometimes the impact is just more convenient because it's a lot quicker. All right, and I think this is supposed to lift off now. I don't know if I'm missing anything or not. Doesn't look like it. There we go. Just was kind of snug on there, I guess. What I was trying to get down to was the radiator cap, which is right there. So it's easy access now whenever I go to drain the radiator. All right, let's get ready for the compression test. And I'm going to check for spark as well. So we're just going to go ahead and take all the spark plugs out. Make this process a little bit easier. Well, that's a spark plug socket. Why is that not holding on to it? Yeah. Looks like it's burning really good whenever it was burning. Take the other plug out. I don't know if these are numbered on here, these wires. That says engine 2, engine 4, so I guess this is cylinder 2, this is cylinder 4. I was kind of wondering about that because I don't have a book yet, so I'm not really sure what is what yet. Well, that one's gas valved. Hopefully that's gas and not oil. I think it's just gas and carbon on there. Alright, so let's remove these two. That says engine 3. I can tell right now that this wire's bad. It was loose on there. I'm going to have to cut the end of that wire. So this is 1 and this is 3. So cylinder 2 plug so far is the only one that kind of looked bad. This one doesn't look bad at all. It actually looks like it's burning pretty good. And that one looks good. So we might have a problem with cylinder 2 the way it looks. I'm hoping not. Well, maybe it's this one here. It's 12mm. Let's see if that's the right adapter. Yeah, it looks like it is, so I think we got a winner. So then we'll plug that up. Okay, this is cylinder number 1. I'm going to turn off the kill switch so I don't have any spark, hopefully. And let's see what it does. I'm hoping for over 100. I'm going to hold the throttle wide open, and I'm going to try giving it a few revolutions. Here we go. Well, the battery's kind of weak for some reason, but it's showing 150, 152, something like that. So I'm happy with that. That's not bad. Let me get the jump pack put on the battery. All right, let me unscrew this. Okay, so now let's try cylinder 3. Cylinder 1 looked pretty good. All right, let's try cylinder 3. Hopefully I have enough battery for this. Here we go, throttle's open. Okay, that's showing 150, 162. So that's pretty good. Okay, I think this was the questionable one. Cylinder 2. So let's try this, see what this does. All right, keys on, throttle's wide open. About 152. Happy with that. Now, if this one's over 150 or about 150, I'd say, boy, we're good. Let's see what we got. Keys on, throttle's wide open. Yeah, about 150, 152. It bled off just a little bit. So I'm happy with that. These wires feel loose. I think they've been turned too many times. But let's see what it looks like. All right, let's see if we got any spark. I had the kill switch turned off, so I'm going to put it to run. And let's see if we got anything. Nope. Don't have any spark on this side. Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah, it's real light. I just didn't see because of the angle of the light. It does have spark. Okay. All right, let's see if we got any spark on the left side of the bike. Oh, yeah. I'm just going to put this in the hole so nothing will go down into the cylinder. I won't bore you with me doing this. All right, I'm going to go ahead and drain this coolant. I have the radiator cap still attached so it doesn't come rushing out on me. One threads are a little boogered up. Okay. All right. I got it loose. Let me take it all the way off. Whoa. I'm just kind of a little at a time taking it out. Well, it looks like it's full. That's a good thing. All right, I'm going to take the cap all the way off now. Now I'll take this 10mm bolt out on the bottom right-hand side of the machine. And then I'll take this left-hand nut out of it. It's still loose. All right. There's that bracket and a nut. And here's the top radiator hose. It looks like it has a clamp on it, but the clamp looks like it's stretched out and fell down. So I'm going to see if I can pull that off. Okay. Now I have a radiator hose down here at the bottom. I have a choice. I can either take these two bolts out, or I could take one of the clamps off. And since this has got to pull off of the stud, this is going to be easier to take those off, I think. So let's go ahead and do that. Those are 8mm. Let's take these two 8mm bolts loose. And just pray they don't break. That would not be good. Water pump and those kind of things have a tendency to break because they've been through a lot of heat changes. I don't know if this is a gasket or if this is an O-ring, but I'll find out. Yeah, looks like we're ready to come out. I'm gonna put it back on there for a minute. We have to take this overflow hose off of it. See if I could do this one-handed. There we go. All right, let's take this down. All right, I got the fan unplugged. So let's see, we can just pull this radiator out. This is what the radiator looks like, just in case you were wondering. It has a couple of rubber grommets at the top that it just sits up against the frame. The only thing that holds it in is these two bolts at the bottom. And this does have an O-ring in it. And this is the connection for the fan that you have to undo. You have to push that tab down to release it. And the upper radiator hose. And the hose I forgot, the overflow tank hose. That's all there is to it. Looks like my radiator is still in good shape. Let's go ahead and remove these 4 bolts. It has 2 for each timing cover half. Pretty long bolts. Yeah, it's 2. This is the 3rd one. You know, with the compression as good as it was and as even as it is, I think this engine's in good shape. I don't think there's anything wrong with the timing. I don't think there was any damage. But we're going to check the belt anyway, just to make sure. I want to check the tension on it and different things. All right, with the 19 millimeter, I'm going to turn the engine over. Shouldn't be too hard without the spark plugs in it. Oh, I do have the spark plugs in it. So it's a little more difficult. I should have left them out, I guess. I'm just going to line these cam sprockets to where they're supposed to be or close to it. I don't have the book yet, so yeah, those are lined up. Well, I'm just going to go through here and check some of these by hand. I don't have the book to check the torque spec, and when I do, then I'll go back over it. Yeah, they do feel like they're tight. Check some of these 8 millimeter bolts. Yeah, they feel like they're tight, but I'll have to torque them to make sure. The belts, they feel like they're just a little on the tight side, but I think with about 5 pounds of force, it should have between 4 and 8 millimeter of flex. That's what my 1500 was, I believe. And I think that's pretty darn close. I think they did a good job. That wasn't really a bad job at all. It looks to me like everything's looking good so far. I think what I've discovered so far is my cylinders seem like they have really good compression, so I don't think that there's an issue with a valve hitting the piston. It doesn't seem like it has anything like that. They're all pretty even. So I know I need new spark plugs. I do need to work on the fuel pump. I'll figure that out. Tank is really bad, so I got to do something about that. And the starter, I think, is dragging really bad. So I'm either going to have to replace the starter. I ordered a rebuild kit. I might go ahead and rebuild it and see how that goes. I think there's a lot of work to get that starter out, so I'm kind of leery about it. There is a good company called DB Electrical that I bought alternators from a lot in the past, and they have a starter for this for $106 plus shipping. So no, they had free shipping. I guess that's plus tax, $115 probably. So I might go that route. I might get both and just kind of decide what I'm going to do. I don't know yet. And I'm probably going to need a battery because I don't know. It could be the battery, it could be the starter. I need to do an amp draw on it to find out for sure. But if I'm going to be riding this bike, I just assume have the correct battery in it. So I'll probably order the battery for it. And then I'll make a determination on that starter. But like I say, I have to wait for my book to arrive, which is supposed to come tomorrow. We'll see. And if it does, I'll go ahead and torque everything down on the timing belt. I'm just going to leave it. I think they did a good job. I think everything feels good. And I think everything's tight too. So I think it'll be good. And I'll just put it all back together, and I'll just put some distilled water in it for now, and then try to, start it up, see what happens. But we'll go from there. Next after this, I'm probably going to be tackling the fuel pump to get some gas through it. And I'll have to run an IV bottle on it and see if I could get it to fire up, because that's really important to me. I want it to run, and we got to do what we got to do then. So more than likely pull the carburetors. All right. I don't want to drag this video on. I appreciate you sticking with me through this whole video, and got a lot more to come. So I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.